Hey, you thieving bastards! You filthy motherfuckers, dude. All my own little precious caca-queefs. All 477 of you. Fuck yeah. My caca-queefs now, dude. There's no getting away. Have you guys ever heard of a Native American Heyoka? You want to be my little caca-queef? I'm going to give you some caca-queef homework. Go Google Heyoka. Hey, just like the regular English spelling, Hey-you, H-E-Y-O-K-A. Heyoka. Go look at that shit. I stumbled across that, dude, and I was reading it. It was like reading a fucking book, bro, about myself. I think you might be one too, or the algorithm wouldn't have brought you here. Wow, to the original butthole, dude, that you queefed out of. Welcome. So let's take that and let's poof out into the world. Hey, as some of you may or may not know, I've actually made some life changes. You want to talk about Thanksgiving? So this is fucking crazy. So it was like a typical one of those blessings and turns into, one of those curses that turns into a blessing. We were on our way to a family function. We were running late. It was a little bit further out of our way. Just other circumstances. My son's tired. This is the first day we've had off in weeks. So we were like, what are we doing, dude? Like, what are we doing? Like, they got the full spread already cooked and everything. And actually, that's how they did it last year. This year, they did it even better. They had like a full fucking spread at the store, at the deli counter. Everything you could possibly think of and more. Traditional and like next level gourmet, like the fucking, there's always the fucking tamarindo chile, turkey, or, you just want fucking original, you know what I mean? Or you want cranberry raisin, mango fucking infused stuffing, or do you just want regular, So it was like that type of situation. It was like, yo, look at all this shit. And you get the deli plastic containers and you just fill up whatever you want. And if you like the turkey, there's like trays, and then they weigh it, put the fucking price on it, and boom. And I was like, dang, dude, I had the full shit. The problem is it's all cold, right? It's all fucking cold, and it's already been sitting out a little bit. So time is not on your fucking side, right? And I'm thinking, okay, well, cool. Like, let's go. Like, what's your real family, dude? I'm like, my cats were like kind of sniffing around. And I'm like, yeah, I want to give my babies some motherfucking turkey. And they deserve it. Those cats for sure paid our rent 4 months out of the 12 last year. Fucking facts, dude. And dude, impoverished people using animal husbandry for a financial increase is in the Bible, dude. In the Old Testament. It fucking very specifically talks about animals and giving to man to make a profit and increase. But anyway, we're not going to get all into that, dude. I have been making life changes, and I've been getting blessed for it. It's like when God tells you something in your spirit and you obey it, it's like God's happy. You're on the right path. You're going where He wants you to go for whatever reason. And then the signs are there, right? And when you're not, like, it's up, even the opposite. It seems like you're hedged up at every path and never works out, right? You know what I'm saying? You know I'm right. So if you guys Google Heyoka and you do feel that is you, I want to do a roll call in the fucking comments, dude. Definitely. If you're Heyoka, you got a roll call in the comment, dude. Checking in. Hey, Heyoka, you don't have to check in. Like, hey, I'm repping, dude. Hey, Oaks. throw it in the comment. But look, so we get home. And I notice, first of all, this is how fucking dumb I am. Just in our little section, just our little neighborhood, dude. And we have the big grocery store, like with that buffet style deli I was telling you about. And the lights are off. But, their generators are working, so they don't lose thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. And we had the Santa Ana winds real bad, so I think a power line went down. That's what the problem was. But anyway, you're walking through all this darkness, and then you get into the store and the lights are on, and you don't think, Professor, that your fucking lights are going to be off at home. You know what I mean? And it ain't even about the lights, bro. You thought your fucking bright idea was, I'm just going to microwave any of this stuff that's cold. Sorry, it was just this weird noise right here. And now I can't do that. And then it's all been sitting out. Now all my shit in the refrigerator. So I'm like, what? Oh, fuck. I'm like, well, I'll just put it in the refrigerator. Because I'm so smart. And like, hey, Copernicus, the fucking refrigerator is off. So all this shit's going to get fucked off. And the turkey has been sitting out. Now it's got to sit out even more. Like, you can't eat this shit. If this doesn't get heated up and eaten in the next fucking 2 hours... yeah, you're taking your chances, bud. And so I'm like, fuck, dude. So now we're literally sitting in the dark. Okay, I busted out my solar, which I have not been charging, and I've not been on it. I've been just fucking lazy. And I told myself, too, you're going to regret this, dude, an emergency. But I had enough. So there was a little regurt, like that big, for a second. And then the battery was half full. So I'm like, okay, cool. And so now we got lights. And we're sitting here, and we're talking, and this motherfucker's charged. But then it died, but my inverter has a fucking USB on it. No, I'm sorry. I fried my inverter like a fucking jerk off. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so embarrassing. I don't even know where my mind was at. I ruined it. And so, make a long story short, I didn't have an inverter, but my light system hooks up into the charge controller. Okay, it was a special little light with extra long cords and shit that came with that little charge controller. And it has USB ports on the charge controller. So I didn't have to fucking use an inverter or, you know what I mean? So we were able to charge this, charge the phones, which we weren't getting a signal. All the signal dropped. It was like everything dropped. And me and my son it was like God did it on purpose. Knocked everything out. And it was just us two. We were forced to speak to each other and talk about where our life is, what last Thanksgiving was like, what, this year, the changes that have been made. And we were under the conclusion, I don't want to say this to hurt anybody's feelings that might be out there, but have you ever been in a relationship where all you do is fight with the person? And it's not that it's because you're a bad person or you're looking for trouble, but some people are just never happy. And I didn't realize that until recently. I just never thought about it. I just assumed everybody was like me, just happy all the time, even when you're in a shitty position. Like I still laugh and joke around. I'm like genuinely happy, like no matter what, man. You know what I'm saying? So, man, most people are not like that. In fact, some people are the opposite. They're always miserable and upset, no matter what. And unfortunately, that's what I was married to. So the extra pressure of a holiday, maybe the expectations of like a family dinner or something would just be too much. And so it was like an automatic, I'm going to like cut my own throat. I'm going to or hang myself before the fucking party even gets started. And so every year that's what it was. And it was like, fuck, and just make everybody's life miserable so that you don't ask anything or call their name. Or, you know what I mean? It's just so childish and retarded. And we were both like, you know what? at least we're sitting here right now in peace together, which is what I'm really thankful for. In that you're happy. Like my son is always happy. You can come in the room and just walk up on him and spy, and whatever he's doing, he's like happy, dude. And he's a happy kid. And we're together, right? So like I'm very thankful for that, and that's all I need. And the year before that, it wasn't like that. The year before that, it was a lot of misery and a lot of fighting. Well, no, last year we were by ourselves together also. That was our first Thanksgiving. But there's peace and happiness, and there's no expectations, there's no bad trip. So we were grateful for that. And we were just like, fuck, dude, I'll trade all the turkey in the world and all the electricity in the world just to be like father and son together and like actually happy, you know? We actually had enough money to go get another dirt bike, and we went down there, and they're all gone, dude. Even the mopeds, because they have like these like off-road dirt mopeds that are pretty fucking sick, dude, actually. And they have like this double oversized lighting system, you know, for fucking lighting the desert trails up and shit, or whatever kind of trail, I guess. But I mean, they're fucking cool, dude. And they're all gone. They're all gone. And I'm thinking like, I don't even remember what dumb retarded theory I had. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And my son, because he's like actually really smart, goes, no, Dad, everybody bought them because of the borderline has been fucked up. And you know how we're seeing like a shit ton of motorcycles over this last year? Well, now we're about to see even more. Everybody's getting them to cross the border. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. Oh fuck, you're right, dude. Like, here I am, like all conspiracy theory. The supply chain, fucking China. He's like, no, Dad. Everybody bought bikes so they could do what we're doing. Okay. Yeah. So there we were, dude. Just sitting there. Like, we're together, dude. We're happy. We're free. There's nothing like, we got our own business. We do what we want to do. Like, there's reasons to be happy. We got these babies that paid 4 months of our fucking rent last year. You know what I mean? I'll give them the bird. They don't give a fuck. They'll eat that shit bloody raw. You know what I mean? Raw. Hey, I would have hit the thing right there. Ding! I give you a go donk. Like, damn, bruh. What you been eating, bruh? Life changes, dude. So that's the other thing. So we're talking about life changes and situations, and I've seen somebody, a very famous person actually, dude, gave me their WhatsApp. It was like, fucking call me, hit me up anytime, man. Like, when you need to talk or something. And I was like, wow, dude, that was like really fucking uplifting. Quiet! Going fucking crazy for the kids, though, dude. Fuck, kids will fucking drive you fucking crazy. They know they're not supposed to be on any video. There's cursing or anything involved. Hear the sound of my voice. Be quiet. I don't need your 2 cents. That's the problem I'm having, dude. Is we have a young man that's full of life and energy, and he's around adults all the time. You get to thinking you're an adult, and you got to check him and let him know, like, dude, not only are you not an adult, but some adults will take a very high level of offense knowing that you're exposed to certain behaviors and certain words. And there's no odd against me. My bad words and mouth is a drop in the bucket compared to the content that these kids are watching. That is child-produced for kids content, dude. I don't give a fuck. Even if you're hitting the button saying it's not for kids because they say the F word and whatever, but the kids are watching it, dude. That's another thing. As I had like a lot of people, dude, welcome to this fucking channel, dude. Anything I could do, because I do it all, dude. We live in Tijuana. We hit the border wall. You can scroll back. I have videos documenting and shit. But anything you guys want to see, pranks, rants, fucking loped out shit, stream sniping, like, hit me in the fucking comment. Like, go through, hit the water. I want you to climb up on the wall and beam the border patrol with a water balloon. Like, done. Like, leave it in the comment section. Crazy shit to do. And welcome, dude. This is, maybe you're going to witness now. You have all the content to go look and see somebody that's harebrained, batshit, fucking crazy out of their mind, and then I'll look and see the comparison of somebody that's coming back to earth. I've definitely lowered my daily dosage of my prescribed medication by half. As of right now, half. And I'm going to probably just keep that half this entire week. Actually, I'll be lowering it a little bit. I'll be lowering it by 5 or 10 milligrams a day. So by the end of this week, that half will be a half of a half, most likely. That's how I do it, dude. So this is also will be a good prescription for detoxing opioids. I have it down to a science. And I can explain it. If you guys want to go into a fucking doctor rant, 30, 60 minutes, I can give you the quick one. Very well-known doctor, love her to death, dear friend, passed away a few years ago. Also a chronic chemical dependent on opioids. PhD, prescribes opioids and addiction treatment plans. Okay, and she's a fucking genius. But anyway, she helped me a lot by explaining to me what happens in the brain. And if you do drugs, you have to know about half-life. Half-life is the amount of time that a drug is in your system and you feel the effects. That chemical is binding to your neuroreceptors and staying on there, stimulating for a period of time until more is required. That amount of time is the drug's half-life, okay? So opioids have a half-life on average, like black tar heroin has a half-life of 8 hours. That means that if you do it and that you allow that to bind to your receptors on a regular basis where it takes the place of your natural endorphins, which usually is what binds to those receptors, and you have perverted that, okay? The amount of time that chemical will hold those neuroreceptors captive is the drug's half-life. And that is 8 hours before you need another shot. Okay? If it's good. Okay? Methadone and drugs like, I'm not too sure about Suboxone shit, but I'm just assuming because that's why they're used. They use drugs that have long half-lives. And here's why. Methadone has a half-life of 24 hours. So that means once you take some, you will not feel, and you're totally addicted to it, you will not feel any symptoms of withdrawal for at least 24 hours. Okay? So that's why they use it for treatment, because it gives you a much longer time than, and like, this is why fentanyl sucks major donkey dick, dude, because its half-life is 3 hours, dude. That's why the users complain about having to wake up in the middle of the night sometimes to medicate, dude, just to make it through the night, because it's a fucking, that's like a real bad aspect of it. It's almost useless. It's like, yeah, it's cheap and free and highly potent, but what the fuck, dude? Not only is it synthetic, but it has a half-life of 3 fucking hours? The fuck, dude? That's horrible. That's literally the opposite of what you're going for in treatment. Because in treatment, you're trying to... Here's the thing. You want a half-life that's super long. So they use methadone because instead of going up and down, if you're looking at a graph, black tar heroin would be straight up and straight down. Right? Crack cocaine, straight up and straight down. Methadone is like a long, gradual arc. And it doesn't even get to the peak of the top of the arc until 12 hours. So you're just like getting higher and higher and higher and higher until 12 hours. And then that's the peak. And then you slowly come down, 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 down. And at about 24 hours, you're not going to be sick, but you'll feel symptoms that are like, they're not what they were. You're not feel as good as you did a few hours ago. You're not as happy and vibrant and moving around as you were 3 hours ago. And so if you have something that has a long half-life, so, I'm not just saying I'm using methadone because that's what I know. Okay, so I'm speaking on what I know. So if you can take a dose and you use that dose every day, it will replace your behaviors and your patterns and your compulsion. That's half the equation right there. Because without removing that, you could take the drug away, but the patterns and the compulsion and all that are the same, and it'll be a nightmare. You'll never do it. You'll just crack and cave. It's just a matter of time. So you're getting a couple of things accomplished when you're trading one for another with a longer half-life. That is getting rid of your old places, your old friends, your old connects, your old lifestyle, your old habits. Because I do things out of habit. Like I go and crack open a caffeine drink in the morning out of habit, no matter what. It's just habit. And so that has to be broken. So by breaking that, you're accomplishing that, but also at the same time, you're trading something that's binding to your receptors with a super short half-life to something that's binding to the receptors a lot of times even better. But if it's not better at first, it will be when you work up to it after a couple of days or two. But you're getting this tremendous half-life. So now when you start to taper it down, it's a much longer arc, almost unnoticeable than if you're going straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down over a quicker period of time. Sometimes when for me, dude, just knowing what's going on in your brain helped a lot. Because instead of just being like, oh, I don't feel good, like, I don't know, there's something about knowing why you don't feel good and exactly what's going on that helps you. And plus, if you know what's going on, and neuroreceptors like caffeine and THC are tremendous cushions, dude. And so you know what's going on. Oh, wait, you know what? I need to fucking medicate, dude, or like get some fucking heavy edibles or something. But you know what? I don't have any problem like that. I find that if I just change my fucking habits and my routine, that slowly the other shit just goes down. And just by cutting it in half, dude, I've already noticed things that I have not been noticing every day, which is birds flying around, formation of clusters of pine needles, the smell of the fresh beach air, dude. And like, you know what I mean? Or the winter, or the fucking water evaporating off of the fucking red clay. Like, there's like a lot of shit, dude, every day where I'm just like, wow, dude, you know what I mean? And I'm starting to give a fuck about people that I wouldn't give a fuck. Not only would I not give a fuck, but I don't like them. Maybe they're mean or not nice to me. And instead of attacking them, I'm feeling like I want to draw closer to them. I want to find out about them, where they come from, what their life was like. And like there's little to no desire to want to hurt anybody. So I see, dude, like I could see why God would be pushing me in this direction, because there's a lot of things that are really like lining up on a much more positive aspect, just already going what I've been doing, dude, and going in half. Now, there's no fucking promises, no nothing like that. I will say this too, dude. I've been a big, firm supporter of this, that I know for sure, and I'm living proof of it right now, because it has been 2 years since my last relapse. And that relapse was a one night. Went out and tied one on and stopped immediately, dude. And it's actually been 4 years. Okay? Yeah. So, it's time, dude. And I'm going to do it slowly. And I see that the changes in my life are for the positive, dude. And right now, I feel like God is telling me that people are going to be on the attack. People are going to be on the offense. People are going to be looking for somebody to fucking hurt or put underneath them. And you have to come back at them with love, dude. And I'm talking about in traffic. I'm talking about motherfuckers stepping out of line, being disrespectful, trying to hurt your kid. Dude, people do it all the time, dude. People do it all the time. People do it all the time verbally, and even in this community, right? Like, it's no different than any other community, right? I had a guy smile on my face I know from church, and he makes fucked up comments like, you know what I mean? You're not doing anything different than his own fucking kid's doing, but somehow it's fucked up when you're doing it. I don't know. It's a tremendous sign of jealousy, for one. I don't know if you play poker, but I don't like exposing my fucking hand, but I mean, you seem to be all about it. But it just shows me like how some motherfuckers are so fake and phony and, you know what I mean? Over nothing, over bullshit. Or just because you're the one that fucking has it. You know what I mean? They'll rather see the devil themselves hold it. Church-going folks would rather see the devil himself hold it than you. And they can't figure out why we don't want to go to their churches or why we can't fucking stand half of the people. You know what I mean? They're full of shit anyway. It does say that in the Bible. It says, if God is true, then every single man be a liar. It's not telling you that that's the case. It's saying, you know, it's nobody really knows. It's all subject to belief. But if you believe that, then it has to be like this. Or if you believe this, then it has to be like that. There is no in between. If you believe God is true, then you have to believe that every man is a fucking liar. Or if you believe that not every single man is a liar, that there's one out there that's not one fucking thing, then that means God is not true. That's what it says in the Bible. It's either in Romans 3:4 or 4:3. I get the numbers mixed up, but it's in one of them. You guys know that you could Google any of this, right? Like, you don't have to. I've had people come back like, where does it say that? And it's like, bro, you didn't have to go through all that trouble of making a fake account and shit. Just ask me a fucking question, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you could just Google any of this, right? You need to go Google Heyoka. And I want to know if that's you, dude. Or dudette, or whatever, whoever your people watching, man. Because people are watching, dude. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to see stuff. You're going to see a change. So, that in itself is worth watching this whole thing play out, dude, over the next couple months. I hope I can show somebody that, you know, how to do it, or that it even can be done, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the end of the world. It's not that big deal. I have an inkling. This is just me, dude. In my tattoo world, that's what I use. Joe's Ink Link. It's like an ink link too, like a ink link of a belief or into it. I have an ink link that all of the fucking drugs, all the bullshit, all the fucking misery and crap that goes along with it, just the whole scenario will be waiting for me exactly where I left off if I decide that sobriety isn't for me. So that right there takes a lot of stress off. Like, I'm not missing anything. The boat's not going to fucking take off without you, bro. Like, it's gonna wait on you, actually, dude. They're going to be doing their thing and partying up in there. And your ticket for life is good. All you got to do is show back up, bro, if this doesn't work out. So, you know, that takes a lot of pressure. I was like, oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. Man has been getting fucked up since the dawn of time. That's what God told me one time. I was like, but I'm going to miss the bus, or they're going to shut it down. It's like, Joe, one thing man has been doing since the beginning of time has been getting fucked up. All right? That creature will go eat a fucking rotten plant. Okay? before it fucking goes sober, dude. It sits there with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like there's even some like shaman and stuff that will go without food, water, and sleep. Even if there ain't nothing, they'll fucking do themselves something on the natch to get themselves fucked up. That is what we do as people. It is not going anywhere. If that's what you want to do not worry about losing it. Go rest peace in your heart on this new path to go try it out. And I promise you that getting fucked up will be waiting for you exactly where you left off, because that's what it's been since the beginning of time. There was some caveman getting fucked up. There was some fucking medieval motherfucker getting fucked up. There was some futuristic dude smoking dope getting fucked up in the future right now as we speak on an alternate fucking time reality. So don't trip, chocolate chip. Just fucking do your deal, dude. And thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button if you want to. You don't really have to. I notice that kind of happens on its own, but fucking welcome, dude. Hold the camera steady. Fucking welcome, dude. Here. We're going to have some good content. I think we're going to be building an off-grid bike. I'm throwing the idea around of putting a battery bank on the bike so that you could charge devices and set up lights and a little camp system, you know, like boop, could just all fold out. And the problem is my solar panels are heavy and big. I need some of those rolling out kinds. So, you know, you could hit me in the comment too if you guys have any suggestions of light, bendable, high power solar panels, right? Or if you're Heyoka, hit in the comment, dude, this so I know who's what and what I'm dealing with here. And if you're new, fucking welcome. Welcome, dude. If you're nice enough, dude, I'll send you a dick pic. Like there's nothing I won't do, dude. This is my therapy. I appreciate the fuck out of your subscription, and I'm like eager to pay back, right? You know what I mean? I'm a giver, right? You know what I'm saying? So stay fucking golden. Showers.